Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome. Anna, Alchemist of the Arts here. It is time for another reading. This one's interesting. I've been called to do this reading for a few days. I was hoping to do a reading for the new moon. However, we have had the new moon at the time of filming this. We've had the new moon. We've had the spring equinox. We've also then had the beginning of Aries season. It's and the end of Mercury retrograde. There's a whole load of other things. So there is a lot that wants to come through with this reading. It started off with being a message you finally want to hear and what's changing. Then it began to feel like, what has this portal opened for you? What new pathway has become unlocked? So it's going to encompass quite a lot. There's going to be general messages for the collective, as well as specific messages that might relate to just one or two people. So as always, only take what resonates for you. If it doesn't feel right, you don't have to accept it. You are an immense spiritual being as well as a human being with free will, and I do believe that we have the power to change our course at any time. Only one crystal I was called to today, which is amethyst. I have some beautiful amethyst infused incense burning, and the cards are all very amethyst coloured. So we have 3 piles for you to choose from. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3. There are 3 oracle cards for each of the piles to begin with. We're working lots of sacred numerology today, 3 threes. Please take as long as you need to pause the video. Please remember this is a collective message. If you do want a personal reading, I do offer those, and the links are in the description box below. But for right now, take a moment, take a breath, take a pause, think about your life. If there is a specific situation, question on your mind, something that you've been going through that you would like guidance and clarity on, take a moment, sit with that, pause the video, feel which pile you are most drawn to, and the timestamps will be in the description box below. I will meet you in your readings. So without further ado, I will see you there. Hi there, pile number 1. If you were drawn to these cards, this is your reading. The channel message that instantly came through as I began to connect with your energy was, this is an immense burden that you've been carrying. I don't know what that burden is. I'm hoping we're going to get some insight and clarity into what you're moving past now in terms of this burden, but that was the message that came through. We are working with my beautiful amethyst today, one of my absolute favourite pieces. 3 oracle cards for you to choose from, all very crown chakra coloured. Let's go. Faraway places. Get ready for new horizons. We love this. Inspiration. Also love that. And Zirana. I probably pronounced that wrong, but this is from the European Goddess and Spirits deck. I'm going to move those because they are going to frustrate me just a little. There we go. You have been carrying an immense burden, it feels, and it feels like there is a level here of freedom coming, and you might feel instantly like, how is that even possible considering what has been going on? The purpose of this reading is the message that you're ready to hear now. The portal that's opened, the themes that came through with this one were like a major transition, and this is most likely to have started from within you. Perhaps you've been dreaming about traveling. This could very much be dreaming of moving away from the burdens that you've been carrying, not to give them up, but it feels more like the burdens that you've been carrying have meant that you've had to live life in a particular kind of way. And now there is a level of freedom that is coming that means you're no longer going to have to live in the way that you did. Now, for some of you, this could perhaps be a financial burden. Maybe there were great limitations on finances or restrictions, things that you had to do that meant you were restricted from certain choices that you wanted to make. Perhaps for some of you, it was literal commitments to something else. Maybe this was emotional, something that you've been working on. It could be mental health related, although I don't get into health related matters within these readings. They are intuitive energy readings and not meant to diagnose anything. There are so many different subjects that we could encompass here. Overarching all of that is whatever has felt heavy in your life, has felt restricting, has felt like it's limited your options and weighed you down. There is going to be a breakthrough there. This is already shifted. It is already opening up for you. You might be at the very, very beginnings of being able to even believe and dream that this is possible, because we have inspiration and Zarana. Again, apologies if I'm pronouncing that horribly for my Slavic friends. Zarana, she is focused on our intuition, connecting with what it is that you are feeling intuitively, where you are being guided. And you might think, but I'm not, that's why I'm here, that's why I've come to this reading. Some of you might feel you can't connect with your own intuition. More often than not, the people that I do readings for, they can connect with their intuition. We all can, in different ways. Our guides will send us messages in different ways. And it's how we learn to interpret them. We develop our own feedback loop in understanding them. That is it's not a trick, but that's the relationship that we need to build with our intuition. So this is telling me that you are already probably receiving messages, inspirations, thoughts, dreams, ideas. Those messages can come through dreams, daydreams, songs on the radio or repeated songs, things that come into your awareness, conversations that randomly come up. You know, the universe works in very, very mysterious ways sometimes. Amethyst is also something that can enhance your intuition and also offer a level of psychic protection, because sometimes we don't trust the messages that come through. We don't trust ourselves. And like I said, it's about building that relationship. So I feel like you could be called back to your original nature. And what I'm sensing with that is the version of yourself that had more freedom to dream, to believe. Maybe there are childhood dreams that are coming more to the forefront now. And when I say childhood, you know, this could be at any point up until, you know, you're in your 20s. And I say that because, you know, by our mid-20s, the brain is fully developed. Before that, we still have a very different brain anatomy and development, which means we do still dream, we still take risks, we still do things in certain ways and perceive the world in different ways. So at any point up to that stage, or you might still be there now, you could be thinking about the dreams that you haven't yet experienced, that haven't yet come to life, but you deeply, deeply want to experience. And again, this could be anything from something very specific to a total lifestyle change. So it feels like this energy is shifting, and this is going to act more as a confirmation to some of the thoughts and experiences that you've been having. Perhaps you found yourself daydreaming again, thinking about what it is that you could do, what it is that you would like to do. And it feels like some of those restrictions have now been scaled back. There is openness. There is this ability to see beyond the here and now and what has felt so limiting. So it's shifting you into a different stage of your life. Something that's going to open up quite considerably, quite beautifully. I'm being very, very called to my lovely dragon deck. This is the Smoke Ash and Ember. This is from the Three Trees Tarot. One of my absolute favourites. I've got several decks by them, and thanks to one of my lovely supporters, I have another one on the way. So let's get some tarot cards for you with some more specific messages. And just a reminder, if you would like a personal reading, I do offer them in the, my links are in the description box below. And I'll never solicit readings in the comments. Get one more, please. And we will get the bottom of the deck. Ooh. You've got some beautiful energies here. I saw that Knight of Wands and I just got freedom. Like, the red ribbon on this card just screamed freedom at me. And then I've noticed the butterfly, which of course is about transformation. It flies. It emerges from a stage in its life which required it to completely disintegrate. And then it comes back reformed in this beautiful stage of life, able to fly. We have the death card on the bottom of the deck. More beautiful moths on this card. Moths go through the same transformation process as the butterfly, except they do it in darkness. And this is giving me the sense that, again, what you've been dealing with, what you've been living through is perhaps quite a very difficult time. But the energy is shifting now. There is work to do. I really feel like that there is work to do here. But it's going to be more enjoyable. You know, it's not that, how do I say this? There is still going to be so much for you to focus on, but now it's going to be more focused on what it is that you want. We've got the Eight of Cups and the Death card on the bottom of the deck. You are very literally moving away from something that has been very challenging. With the Knight of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles, there is a new opportunity, something that you are walking towards, racing towards potentially. You know, the Knight of Wands is quite fast-moving energy. The Hanged Man, the King of Cups, the Ace of Wands. Again, two aces. We've got some major arcana here. The Hanged Man is, again, you've got two major arcana. The Hanged Man is really powerful energy, and this is where it starts to feel quite action oriented because of the Wands cards, especially with this Ace of Wands and the Knight of Wands. You're going to have a new idea, inspiration. Idea is not the right word. It's a new wave of energy and inspiration that is going to take you. You're being asked to reconnect with the emotions that you've held within yourself for a very long time. The King of Cups is completely aware of his emotions without letting them govern him. You know, the fact that his scepter is here loosely held in the end of his tail, being able to fully connect with your emotions without allowing them to rule you is a very, very powerful place to be. And with the Hanged Man energy here, you know, you were going through a phase of I got distracted looking at the flowers on this beautiful tree and wondering if they were night jasmine or something. Beautiful flowers that smell intensely, that will bloom even in the darkness. Yes, you've been through something heavy, you've been through something difficult, and all of that has now, whatever has ended, whatever has left your life, whatever you have walked away from, whilst you were walking, you didn't see the doorway that was opening. And this doorway is brand new potential, new beginnings, new offer. There is something that somebody is going to offer you, and it feels like you're going to run towards it. There could have been somebody watching you for a very long time, waiting for you to be able to accept the cup that they have to offer. This doesn't have to be romantic if romance is already something that you are, you know, either not looking for, or you're already settled in a relationship. It really feels like it could mean that somebody that cares about you very deeply, loves you, a mature male figure, could have something to offer you. And this is going to give you the opportunity for a brand new experience, a new way of doing things. Most importantly, those restrictions that you felt in the past are no longer going to hold you back in the same way, because there is a new beginning. There is a shift in your practical circumstances, but also with your energy and being able to do that, to being able to physically make the change, take the action. Yes, there are multiple shifts here, internally and within your physical realm. So it could be a bit of a sequence for some of you. Maybe this new opportunity, you decide to start a new opportunity that changes your financial situation, which means that finally you're in a position to make some new decisions. This could have already been happening over the last 3 to 6 months. Perhaps you found yourself with, maybe for some of you, you know, you started a business, something's changed, something's shifted. You know, I'm just looking at my candle, noticed it started burning very, very intensely. I really feel that you have lit something within yourself. Something has been ignited. Again, Ace of Wands. And you're ready to move forwards now. This could indicate travel for some of you, most definitely. A change of job for others. A reawakening of your personal strength and vitality for others with this red ribbon. And again, if you've been struggling or having a really hard time with the way that you see yourself, the way that you feel your sense of purpose within the world, this feels like you've really overcome some of the fear and the anxiety that's been holding you back. And now you're ready to step into the version of you that you have always been, but is more empowered to go and do some of these things. I've just noticed the fireflies, I think, on this card as well. I think they're probably fireflies. Again, all of this light, beauty and transformation, blossoming that has come from the darkness, from the time in the shadow. The work that you've done on yourself has been well worth it. And whilst it could have been difficult, you know, it's now telling you that you really have come to a place where you're ready. You know, you are ready. You will be inspired. You are going to have the moment, the thought, the vision, and you're going to be able to take action. There is going to be a shift so that you can take the action that you need. I really feel drawn to taking a couple of these because it still feels like within these transitional energies, within the connection to death and the hangman, you know, those probably feel like scary energies, but and no energy needs to be scary. It's just something that needs to be understood. I want to draw a bit more clarity because this feels like you might still have a couple of a feeling of like, but I can't, I don't know how. So let's get a bit more clarity on that, the how. I love that that card's come out. It is in the reverse, but it just sums up what I was thinking and saying. Yeah, we've got 2 8s. Yeah, 100%. I love this. You've got 2 8s and 2 10s. Fabulous, beautiful, powerful, just as you are. You've come to the realization, or, okay, there is a transformation cycle here with this 8 of fire. This would be the 8 of Wands, where while some things have become grounded in your psyche, some of those changes have become physical. You've seen them in the world. For some of you, you know, this could be physical appearance changes, being able to make changes to life habits, or like I said, you know, a change of job. Some of those have already been seen. They've already taken place. You're already seeing the benefit of the work that you've invested, the time that you've invested, the work that you've put in. For others of you, or they might feel like this, what just needs to shift is almost an audacious attitude of, I've done this and now I can dare for more. Because this 8 of fire here is what pushes us forwards to our greatest victory. This is the phoenix rising, the total resurrection. You are going through this transformation process, and what might be holding you back a little is this feeling of not knowing exactly how it's going to take place, or not believing fully that you can dream for more. That you be audacious. Ask for what it is that you want. What's the highest vision of your life? What is the greatest thing that you would love to experience? Do you want to travel the world? Do you want to write a book? Do you want to change careers completely because you feel like you have got something now that you can offer from your experiences? You know, this energy is ready, and we've got it come out with 2 10s, the 10 of earth, which would be the 10 of pentacles, and the 10 of water, which would be the 10 of cups. This is literally happy ending, fulfillment, desired lifestyle energy. And the only thing that's holding you back is You could be tired for some of you. Whilst we haven't got that there intuitively, I'm guessing you could be tired because you've worked really hard, because the Eight of Pentacles would be a card of work, of investment, of time put in. You know, you can see that whilst her crown is blossoming, there are still acorns here. Acorns that will grow. There is still new seeds to be planted. You've achieved a great deal that you're not seeing or giving yourself the credit for yet, but you will. And this card these cards are literally telling you it's okay, you can. Trust yourself. Lean into the fire. Ask for more if you desire for more. You know, get ready for new horizons is up here. And the inspiration, I really feel like you are being led to new ideas, new dreams, new possibilities. And part of you is thinking, maybe that's too big for me. Maybe this is too much. Maybe I'm asking for too much. Maybe I am too much. But how can you be? You can expand to the scope of your inner vision and belief. And these cards are telling you to reverse engineer what it is that you want. What would be the greatest vision of your life? And bear in mind, this isn't an end point. This isn't the final version of what you want your life to be. But right now, in this moment, what would bring you maximum fulfillment and satisfaction? What would be the highest vision of you living your purpose, your dreams, your goals? You know, is it a particular lifestyle, a house, a job, a level of job or success, or self-awareness and understanding, being able to wake up and feel a certain way every day? Start there with the highest vision that you can imagine right now. And then don't tell yourself you can't get there. Don't give yourself all the reasons why you can't. You have to think, okay, well, what does that look like for me? And allow yourself to sit in that energy. Allow yourself to feel it. Allow yourself to envision it, because the universe will help you move towards it. That's the inspiration. Moving towards it will happen. You will take actions. Things will start to click into place. Opportunities will come forward. You are going to have them. But you first need to have a dream that is going to challenge you to do the new thing. And yes, that can be scary as hell, but you're ready for it. You are ready for it. And I feel like you're open to it. I think you just need to dream a little bit bigger. The universe is literally inviting you to do that. We have a time for healing with the balsamic moon. Look at the bigger picture. Absolutely that. You know, you could have lived a version of your life in the past that has felt limited. Like I said, with the burdens that you've carried, with maybe the restrictions that you've had. That is shifting, that is easing. And you need to take yourself away from the version that has said, well, I can't do this because of all of these circumstances, and go straight to the version of yourself that can, without limitation. And just allow yourself to think what that would look like, how it would feel. Start there. That is going to be as healing for you as anything else. Just one of these, please, Spirit. Okay, we've got two. I need to pick those up. Bear with me just a second. I will leave it filming. I hope I didn't just knock the camera. We've got intrigue and darkness. Yeah, you have been growing through what has felt very, very dark. And like I said, all of these cards, that repeated message came through. This growth occurred through the darkness. So because you've been through a difficult time, doesn't mean that life can't become beautiful. You've got the two cards that would signify those beautiful ends. And I had to do it because we've got the Six of Water just beneath it as well, which would be the Six of Cups, which is a return to a state of yourself that used to dream, to wish. And this was the message I was getting intuitively earlier on, with that childlike energy all the way up to your mid-20s, regardless of your, well, obviously in alignment with whatever age you are now. You know, if you're not in your mid-20s yet, then think about the earlier versions of yourself what they dreamt life would be like, what they wanted, what they'd hoped for, and you know, allow yourself to be a little bit whimsical, a little bit playful with it. We're going to get one more, please, just to close the reading. Okay, we're not getting one more, we're getting 3 more, because apparently that's what we needed. We've got enchanted, spontaneous, and mindful. And it's interesting because the mindful and spontaneous almost feel like opposing energies. And I think this is a message that being mindful, again, this is about the giving yourself the time, the space, the peace to be in that mindful state in order to connect with what it is that you want. Spontaneous opportunities might arise. You do have 2 aces here, and it does feel like that fast moving energy with the Knight of Wands we saw earlier. It's a combination of both. It's not all going to happen at once. This isn't just one thing for you. Being in a mindful present state, being able to connect with what it is that has happened, what it is that you want to happen, and taking action when it becomes available, and finding the peace with what has happened in the past. You know, take the opportunities when they come forwards. Trust with the mindful card that they are going to come. And then with the enchanted card, I really feel like this is, again, one of the overarching sort of themes of this reading. And that is allowing yourself to be whimsical, playful, in your inspiration, to dream, to connect your intuition and ask yourself, what could life be like? How wonderful would it be if life was like? And then fill in the gaps for yourself. There is so much potential here, but this is a shift within you that then leads you to being able to live life in a different way. There are going to be new opportunities that come from external sources, but also the inner shift that means that you're ready to accept them and take action. There is a very hard chapter that is now behind you, and what you're ready to hear is actually you're allowed to dream a bit bigger. You're allowed to think more about what it is that you want to live and enjoy. You are allowed to do that. You're allowed to ask for more. You're allowed to believe that more is possible for you and that your life can look different to how it's been right now. You're allowed to take up space. You're allowed to dream. You're allowed to think about the good things and focus on the good things and not feel guilty. And I really feel like you needed to hear that. I'm going to leave that here for you. Pile number 1. If you would like a personal reading, I do offer them. Information is below as ever. It's been my pleasure to connect with you. I really hope this reading assisted you. Just sending you all my love. Thank you for sharing your time, and I will speak to you again in another reading. Hi there, pile number 2. Okay. Intuitively, before I even turn these cards, as I started to connect with your energy, I got this feeling that you feel like something has really gone wrong here. I don't know whether you feel like you've done something wrong or just whether something's gone wrong. And there is almost this sense of like heaviness and hopelessness. We are here to obviously provide insight to shift through some of these energies, but it really feels like something is weighing so heavily on your heart. Amethyst for clarity and psychic protection. Let's see what messages are coming through for you. We have got Ran, After the Storm, Solitude. Yeah, okay. This makes sense. And I really feel that this is that heavy energy. I just want to give you a massive hug, pile number 2. I really do. And I think you need to give yourself some love, but also reach out to the people that you love, that love you, because you don't have to wait to be worthy of love. You don't have to wait for connection. Love comes in so many different forms, and I just want you to know that you are worthy of kindness in this moment right now, exactly as you are. Ran is all about, well, she is the Nordic goddess of the sea, of the oceans. She is immensely powerful, quite underrated in many ways. She whilst there is so much that is within the realms of our control, this deck very much speaks about the uncontrollable nature of the ocean. And with the After the Storm and Solitude cards, there could have been situations that have been happening that you have had no control over. It speaks of finding a power in surrender, in not being able to control them, which is sometimes not what we want to do. It's in the uncertainty that we find anxiety. Because when the brain has certainty, it can cope with difficult things. You know, if you've got a difficult experience, but you know it ends at this point, or at that point it's over, you know, it's only for this long, there is a level of certainty and finality. With After the Storm, I want to say, I really feel like it's got as bad as it's going to get. I still feel like there is uncertainty here. Things aren't clear. But I really feel like you have been through some stuff, and the worst of it has passed. The clouds are going to begin to clear. And whilst you might feel very alone, you might be doing this in solitude. I feel like what is going to be revealed to you in this time is going to be very transformational. We've got this solar disc here. We've also got this illumination of light coming in as this woman, it looks like she's scrying in an altar of water. There is energy here coming in, inspiration, clarity, wisdom, awareness that you have gained from these experiences. Whilst there may not be certainty, whilst you might still very much feel in the middle of the storm, and you might be practically in your life, there is something that is shifting. You are going to find your way through this. You are not going to be alone forever. You are going to find your way. And this feels very much like a sense of trust here. I'm just deciding which tarot deck I want to go to. Interesting, okay. I'm being called to my Old Faithful. This is the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck. This is one of my very first decks. I absolutely love this deck. It will speak to me in no-nonsense terms, I can promise you that much. But never harshly, just honestly. What are you ready to see? What are we moving forwards? Yes. I'm already liking where this is going. We'll honour it as it's come out. I think one more, please. Clarify the tower for me. One more. Interesting. I'm getting a bit of a story here. I just want to get a couple more. Okay. It's been heavy, but it's changing. Now, I think you know that the worst of it is over. You've already gone through whatever it was that was going to happen, or the worst thing that you could have imagined may be happening. It could have been the ending of a relationship, grief, loss. My heart is with you if that is what this was. A very, very difficult life event, series of life events, a total change in your life, the complete breakdown in a relationship, maybe for some a divorce, maybe for others just betrayal, even though we don't have that here. It's going to be different for all of you. Worst of all, I think you feel like life abandoned you and betrayed you because of how hard this has been. You have been stuck in an energy of just thinking that anything that you were going to try and do is not going to work out. that everything you've tried, perhaps, and this really feels heavy. You know, the heaviness on my heart right now is visceral. I feel it for you, and I'm so sorry. You will know if you're still here, if you're still listening to me. You know, and you're not alone. What you have been through has made you question everything, and you've been in this phase where you have built walls. You have held yourself. You have been healing, probably alone, or just focused on your healing in a way so that whatever's happened, you didn't want to be a burden to other people. You didn't want to trigger any further tower moments. This could be very relationship based, but also it just feels it could be family. Anything that you really, really cared about. Could be work, could be the loss of a business, you know, anything. For some of you, for one of you maybe, the loss of a relationship that also meant the loss of a business, or a complete way of life. Everything changed with this tower. You built walls, you've had to survive, and you have done. And you've been watching and waiting with this Page of Swords, sort of not daring, thinking about the next step so much, because you've been so focused on healing what it was. And there is this energy here, whilst you think it was for nothing, with this Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. You know, you feel like the new opportunities aren't coming. You've been in the depths of your emotions, but you've been processing them. And that's power, and I want to commend you for that, pile number 2. Whilst you think that nothing might have changed, you've actually been restoring a kind of balance within yourself. You haven't just stuck a band-aid over this, just tried to find the next thing to fill the gap. You haven't just found the next shiny object, the next relationship, the next person, the next opportunity, interest, whatever it was, to numb the pain. You've allowed yourself to feel it and process it. And whilst that could have felt very, very isolating, you have restored a kind of balance within yourself, and you don't see what's shifted yet. And it's not for me to tell you what comes on the other side of this door. It's going to be different for all of you. The purpose of this reading is to tell you that it has been worth it. That there is just right now probably the beginnings of a new spark, of new inspiration, of new life. You know, like that spring reawakening, the first time you step outside and you feel the warmth of the sunlight on your face again after a very, very long winter. And you finally start to feel it warm you ever so slightly. And your heart will just begin to thaw just a little. That is what you're feeling right now. That is what has shifted. That is the opening of this door. You're being called to think, dream, connect with yourself a little more. Maybe continue to be patient. Yeah. We've got the Hierophant, Strength, and the Eight of Wands on the bottom of the deck. This is really powerful energy that you've been working through. The situation was not for nothing. It has been something that has taught you an awful lot. This is complete life transformation that you've been walking through. You are not the same person on the other side of it, and therefore your life is going to shift in a way to a level that the old version of you wouldn't have even dreamt possible, or wouldn't have been able to open to and accept. It's going to get beautiful. It's going to change. And the more that you accept that actually you are changed by this, and that whatever has happened hasn't taken away from your true essence, but has actually contributed to the life education that you needed to become the version of you that was destined, the quicker you're going to see the changes. We can't force acceptance. It's the true acceptance, a true shift comes from within. It comes from a place of, it comes in stages, it comes in waves. especially when you're dealing with very, very difficult circumstances, potentially trauma, difficult events. It's not all within our control. The only thing we can control is ourselves. The only things that we can change is our perception or a relationship to what's happened. That's where we get to heal. The Lover's card coming out here with this Page of Wands is showing me the beginnings of new inspiration. The Eight of Pentacles here is the self-doubt. That means, you know, with the Seven of Pentacles, you've got the 6, 7 and 8. It's a progression. You know, you might currently be in the energy of, oh, this didn't work out. It's all over. What's the point? Actually, no. No. The good is coming. The opportunity is coming. The love is coming. The work that you did, and wow, the work it has been, has brought a new sense of balance, stability. The scales are going to be righted. Yes, you might have had to say goodbye to some very meaningful things that you cared about a lot, but that doesn't mean this is all over. It means that something new is beginning, and it is that very beginning stage of that new that is beginning for you now. The universe is asking you gradually, in your own time, in your own, just in your own level of acceptance and readiness. Surrender the need to control everything, but trust that this doorway that is opening now, this portal that is opening, the work that you have done has all shifted you forwards. Deep down, and I think you feel it. Every time you feel that wave of excitement, for some of you, you might counteract it and say, no, this isn't safe. The walls need to go up. I've got to shut down. I can't ever let this happen again. The Ran here is literally asking you to say, maybe this will go wrong again, but now I have the skills to cope with it. And actually, you know that, say, for example, if this is a new relationship and it's love, I'm going to allow myself to try, because it could be the most beautiful thing. And to do that, I need to let my walls down just a little bit. We don't really... Walls are not barriers. Boundaries are not walls. You have this Nine of Wands. Remember your boundaries. But we don't have to enforce them as walls that lock everything out. Boundaries will help you to filter what is right, what is safe, and what is not. What is good for you right now and what is not. And the walls will just shut everything out, will shut down your heart, will keep you in solitude because it's safe. You're at the beginnings of expanding beyond the solitude, whether that's self-imposed or has felt like it has been imposed upon you, to allow those walls just to come down a little bit. But do remember your boundaries. This is really powerful energy, pile number 2. And I love that this transformation is happening for you. I say happening because you're in it right now. This is not a single moment that suddenly changes your life. This is the progression of what you've been working on. This is the why your life is going to change, because you've been diligent and committed to yourself. You've stuck to it. You've done the work. You've been committed. Something better is coming because you have been through this process. You are unlocking new doors because of the work you have done on yourself. Good is coming. Hope is there. Positive new experiences that you are really going to enjoy are coming. And this is about trust. This is about you trusting it, trusting yourself. Most importantly, the Page of Swords can mean taking things at a pace that allows you, for whether it's a new experience, a new person, whatever it is, allowing them or the situation to reveal its intentions, whether or not it's right for you, whether or not it's going to cross your boundaries, or whether actually it's very respectful of them and the pace that you need. Yeah, there's a lot of trust here. And I don't think you see this coming. I really don't. I think you feel like something has been permanently closed off for you and you don't see it. And this is why I'm being led to the door with you. You were already crossing the threshold, and you probably don't see it coming. And all of a sudden, the sun, like that first ray of sun on your face when you felt cold for so long, is going to light you up and warm you up again. And it's just going to be like, oh, wow. And you are going to remember what it is to feel and the good. And you are going to love it. Pile number 2, I really, really love this for you. That walking through the door and what comes next, that's for you. That's not for me. That's for you to enjoy and for you to experience. Communication is key. Balance spirituality and practicality. I think this is literally saying, like, don't get lost in your own head with this as well. With the balance spirituality and practicality, communication is key. New moon in Gemini. I'm going to take that more as an indication of timing. I feel like by May, because that's sort of the peak of Gemini season, the beginning of Gemini season, you're going to have this real, I think that's the moment at which you're going to go, oh, I see it now. And I hope you remember this reading. I think that's going to be the moment where you're like, I get it now. This is it. This feels really good. With balance, spirituality and practicality, I really feel like this is saying don't get lost in your own head. Don't get lost or stuck in the trap of constantly having to do work in order for things to be perfect, in order to be fully healed, in order to earn love. Because like I got at the very, very beginning of this reading, you do deserve love. You do deserve kindness. You do deserve connection. And you don't have to wait for this perfect version of you in order to achieve that. We heal through love. When sometimes the connections that we have, they trigger our deepest healing because the presence of that love ignites all of the wounding that tells us we're not worthy of it. And what it takes is somebody that is equally open and patient to stand there and go, it's okay, I can stand there with you whilst we go through this, whilst we both heal, whilst we both learn. I don't expect a perfect performance or somebody that's never going to say or do anything wrong. I'm here with you in self-awareness, where we can be honest, where we can connect, where we can realize that we offer more to one another through our healing together than in forced solitude. I love this. I really, really love this energy. And just a reminder that personal readings are available. They're all available in the description box below. Balance. This has been the theme of this reading. Very, very gently. Things are being brought back into balance for you. This could speak of karmic balance, you know, something like the scales being righted. You didn't go and do all this work with the prospect of a reward. I think what it means is that you've been through an awful lot, and I think there is the balance of some of these experiences is that you now know the depths of one thing. When you've been to the depths of a particular emotion, you can then feel the full spectrum of it. Each is possible. If love is a spectrum, it can go from the complete loss and lack of love to the greatest fulfillment from love. And they're both the same experience, just different ends of an extreme. Finding balance is recognizing that you can't close off from it completely in order to feel one version of it. That's the message that wanted to come through with that one. They're just calling me to these, which are just little symbolic cards, which are going to give me a kind of visual to share with you of a little, this is like a, I don't know, I'm going into one now, like Easter eggs in films, a little secret message from the director, the producer, whoever it was, you know, a little message from the universe that's going to nudge you and say, you're on the right track. This is all this card's going to be. It's what they want to bring through. And I'm sorry, I keep rocking my crystals by... come on, what are we doing here? Just one or two, please. A unicorn, of course. I think this is a reminder of your own unique gifts, skills, and abilities. You might have looked outside yourself thinking that everybody else is better because they haven't had the challenges that you've had. Maybe it makes you doubt yourself. Okay, this is a reminder that actually you really are a unicorn as well. Everybody is. We're all unicorns. And I know some people absolutely hate that phrasing. Everybody is unique. Everybody has had their own unique set of experiences. Some of the people that have been through the hardest things become the most lovely, grounded, genuine souls because they recognize that the struggles didn't make them cold, hard, bitter to the world, the beauty, but more respectful of both experiences, the good and the bad. And also, a unicorn might appear in a certain... I got a unicorn tattoo. Maybe that's relevant for you. That might just be a little something. I'm also, look, I've got to do this very, very specifically. All of these unicorns have their eyes closed. Okay, so maybe just a unicorn with its eyes closed. For one or two of you, is going to be more specific. I don't know. Pile number 2. I feel like the heaviness has lifted. I'm going to leave this here for you. I really, truly hope this reading assisted you. If I can assist you, you know where I am. But thank you so much for being present. I'm just sending you all my love, and I will speak to you again in another reading very soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Pile number 3. What an energy shift to you. I had a complete singing interlude between pile 2 and this pile. It feels like an opening of self-expression. You know, what is it that you are wanting to express right now? What is it you are feeling that is on the tip of your tongue that you just want to share? What version of yourself are you ready to bring into life right now? I really like this energy. We are using my beautiful amethyst today. Let's get your cards. We have Makosh, Gates of Triumph. Hell yeah. What is already with you? I love this for you. Pile number 3. You are in your power, baby. They're bothering me like that. That's much better. Although energetically it feels right, like these gates, this portal that's opening for you, it feels like this success, this gateway that you're opening to walk through is you ascending to a higher evolution of who you truly are, being able to express yourself in a whole new way. All of this is open. Open hands, open gates. All of it symbolically is the same. This is you opening yourself up, being able to finally open some of what has felt shut down, repressed, blocked off. You are finally feeling, okay, it's time. I'm ready. I'm going to bring this into creation. We've got the Buddhist flower of life symbology in the background here. Again, the essence of all creation. We have Makosh, the goddess of creation. This card literally represents your power to create, to weave the threads of life and fate, to choose your destiny, to choose your path. This is you opening up and deciding what it is you're going to do next. Pile number 3. I love this for you. I truly, truly do. I would love to claim this reading. I think one of the other piles was calling to me, but this is open-handed potential right here. I'm trying to see, oh, they want me to come to the Spacious Tarot. And whilst there's me getting into the power, the fire, the wands, they're asking me to take a step and breathe and be respectful of this journey, your journey, of what it is that you've been through, the emotional depths that you have waded through. the experiences that you have had, the work that you have done to come to this point, that is not to be taken for granted or to be overlooked. And they just wanted me to say that. They wanted me to share that with you. Yes, 8 of Cups, the Chariot, the Lovers, the 2 of Cups. Holy hell. Well, pile number 3. Yeah. I mean, let's get 1 or 2 more before I say anything else. Okay, we'll take him. We'll take him. And that one. And we'll get the bottom of the deck as well. I think that 2 of Pentacles is probably for me. Okay. Oh my gosh. This is one of the most positive readings. Just wholly positive. In such a long time. You are literally expanding into something so brand new and beautiful. There is a lot of 2 energy here. There was a lot of 3 energy here. There could very much be the opening to a brand new relationship, to new connection, to new possibilities. I feel like this is you working with the threads of fate, working with the powers of your own intention, your own dreams, what it is that you want to manifest. This is you realizing it. This is not just waiting for it. This is not holding it off at a distance. Hang on, I need a drink. There is still, because my throat just kind of went, maybe there is still this feeling of restriction within you. The doorway that you're walking through right now, what you have cleared, what you are overcoming. I need to cough, hang on. Okay. Don't cut yourself off when this starts getting good. Do not lose the faith when things start going right, pile number 3. When you feel it, when you finally allow yourself to open, to have these experiences, to believe that you're worthy of them. Because you do, and you are, and it's happening. And you're probably already having some of these experiences. This 2 of Pentacles is literally, and the King of Pentacles behind it, and the Star. Oh my God, you've got such beautiful energy here. This is literally saying to yourself, don't close this off when it starts getting good. Don't shut down expecting the worst. Don't believe that it can only go downhill from here. Things are getting better. Things can continue to get better. I think that's the phrasing I need to pull through. Things can continue to get better. They don't just have to be a little bit of good and then go, that's it. There is a degree of needing to trust here. This new path that you're walking with the 8 of Cups, you have been emotionally led, or you are being emotionally led to explore some new opportunities, some new pathways and potential. One of those, or some of those, you're going to have this very, very strong sense of, this is right, this feels good. I am definitely committed to this. With the Explorer of Wands, you know, there is maybe one thing that your heart is just like, wow, this is the thing. This could very much be a person. It doesn't have to be. With the 2 of Cups here and the Lovers, yes, this could be your person. However, it could also be the partnership, the opportunity, the dream that you've been waiting for, because we do have the Star on the bottom of the deck. You are going to feel this sudden like, wow. And it's not just a fleeting moment of immature passion. This is something that you really want to build. This is telling you to enjoy the connection, this brand new beginning. The work that you've put in means that this can be successful. As always, use your judgment. The next person that comes along, I want to say this because I always feel like I need to, this is why I don't do a lot of love readings, because when you're called to the energy of needing a love reading, there's nothing wrong with it. But if I were to say, this is the perfect person, everything and always, this person, Three of Pentacles energy, this is your forever, and the next person that comes into your life is actually super toxic, I don't want you ever to think you need to stay because you heard a reading or something that then, but this is my person, I can put in the work and make it work. No. Use your discernment. You already have that. You've already got the skills and the ability to recognize that. What you do have is something very, very good coming your way. Always use your discernment. That is the caveat. Something new. And it does feel like somebody piques your interest, or something piques your interest. There's a new opportunity here. And this suddenly feels very, very right. You walked away from something unsure of where it was leading you. And then all of a sudden you found yourself in your chariot and it's like, no, this is the thing. A brand new beginning. Yes, the work is worth it. The work is worth it because you're building something beautiful, something that stands for a very long time with the Three of Pentacles here. With the Three of Cups, you're going to enjoy this. Take your time. Go out. Explore the opportunities. You know, if this is a new work opportunity, do take the time to check the contract. You know, sometimes the moment before we meet the perfect person, we meet the final test of the lesson, if that makes sense. And I think that's where that caveat needs to come in. But you are going to have this, there is something powerful, very, very powerful and beautiful coming in for you here, something very, very destined. And you have been intending for this. I just want to sit in this energy because it feels so almost blissful, and like relief and happiness and fulfillment all rolled into one. This is something you wished for, prayed for, dreamed of. It comes with the courage to actually take it, and to also believe that you're worthy of it, with the Fool, with the Six of Wands, that you deserve it, that you can have it, that you can achieve it, that you can be it. This isn't meant for somebody else. You're allowed to have this. I feel like the universe needs you to know that you're allowed to have this. You don't have to earn it. Some of you with this Eight of Pentacles coming out, you might feel like you've got to earn this. There's no need to perform. You are worthy of love exactly as you are. And whatever it is that's coming in, you're going to feel it, and you're going to know it deep within your roots, within your bones, within the heart of yourself. It will feel unmistakable, destined, clear, not making you guess, no confusion, not second guessing, not the, the push-pull. This is going to be beautiful. And for some of you, it's just a brand new beginning with a situation. And others, yes, it comes from when you finally walk away from something. For some of you, you could have been dealing with somebody that hasn't been right for you, or an opportunity that hasn't been right for you. And as soon as you walk away, this is where something new begins. That new opportunity. For some of you, you could meet this person or receive this opportunity at like a networking event, an opportunity to go out with others. It's going to bring your heart a lot of peace. It's going to bring your heart a lot of peace. And I do just keep getting this feeling that on one level you're going to feel like you don't deserve it, but you do. Beneath these we have the Justice card. There is this level of deservedness that you're being asked to accept within yourself. Claim this. Claim this pile number 3. Don't wish it away. I don't think you can get this wrong, if I'm honest. I think this is coming, and it's just for you to experience and to be open to. And I just love it. It's just beautiful, beautiful energy to be in. I think the only message really is not to shut this down. Unless you want to, unless you need to, of course. Like I said, use your judgment, use your discernment. You will know. You will know. Oh, there you go. Have faith in your dreams. It was instant. It knew it was coming. It was just right there. And I think that how easily that just came out is a very real representation of how easy this energy is going to feel for you. How beautiful the unfolding of this is going to be for you. Not having to force, not having to push, not having to struggle. Just being open to receive it. To have the positive experience, to have the new possibility. Like you are being blessed with this one. It's so grounded and peaceful, this energy. We've got decision, contentment. I'm sure that combination's come out before. And knowledge. You do have the knowledge and the experience now to make the right decisions about these situations. For some of you, there could be a decision, either somebody that you're about to meet or have already met that is somebody that you need to walk away from now. Again, could be a boss, a work opportunity, a job. You know, take it as feels right for you. It could be multiple different things. Whatever is passing, whatever you decide to release, is a conscious decision that will make you feel more content. And what you do is open yourself up to what feels right. You do know this. You're being asked to trust yourself on this one and not doubt or second guess yourself. I just want to sit here and bask in the beauty of this. I thought, no, they wanted me to get one of these. Again, I got one of these for pile number 2. This is just a little message card. It's just going to be like a little heads up for you about some sort of symbology. Okay, you got a couple. Yeah, warmth like a fire, curled up. Look, there's this little fire here. It's giving me like Howl's Moving Castle vibes. Comfort, warmth. This person that comes in, this opportunity that comes in is going to light your fire and leave you feeling warm, not burnt out, warm, contented, at peace. Clear your energy, clear your doubts, meditate maybe, allow yourself to connect with the highest vision of yourself, especially with this Makosh energy present, because if this energy feels like something that you want or that is very far away, this is your reminder that you can absolutely create this within your life. It's almost like a selection, because the lovers can, and you know, we've got another, the 8 of Cups there. This is about picking the path that you want in life. It's about making the choice. You know, you are at the gate that you are going to be successful, but be conscious about what you're choosing and dream the highest vision. And the snake had to come out because, yes, there might be or might have been a slippery character in your life that is leading to your transformation, that has helped you to transform. If that snake-like person is present, that could be the person that you're going to walk away from. What is right for you, you will feel. You are going to know it in your heart without exception. And also intend and create the person that you're meeting with, again, whether it's love or work opportunity, you are going to know by how it makes you feel. It's not going to feel unclear. It's not going to feel unsafe. It's not going to feel too good to be true. It's going to feel like peace in your nervous system. Clarity. And not like a tricky trickster that comes in love bombing and overwhelms and then disappears, to create the pattern of attention withdrawal that will make you chase. You're going to know and recognize this because it's going to be consistent. And I think that's your knowledge now. You do know that. And that's how you can make the right decision. Pile number 3. I love this energy. I love this for you. I hope this reading assisted you. I feel like this was just kind of a bit of a confirmation for you, perhaps, about where you are, the work you've been doing, what you've been manifesting, opening yourself to receive. Yeah, this is beautiful, and I really, really love it for you. If I can assist you with a private reading, please feel free to use my links below. It's the only places I sell readings, or on my website and Etsy. But thank you for your presence and your time here. Thank you for closing this reading with the most beautiful energy. I love this. Just sending you all my love. I really, really hope this is the most beautiful, life-changing experience for you. You deserve it. Remind yourself that you deserve this. And I will see you again in another reading. You take care now. Bye-bye.